Hey guys, it's Cho and I'm back with another video. Now, it's been a long time since we've done a drama video in the skincare community. Remember, I'm your investigative skincare reporter on the front lines for you guys, digging up the dirt and trying to figure out what the tea is. And it's been a while. And this is kind of a bombshell report that I'm coming out here with. I don't think it's gotten a lot of attention. At least not enough attention that I think it deserves. And I think it's going to be a really important discussion. It might be a little bit long, so grab a cocktail or glass of wine or champagne and get comfortable. Now, before we really get started, let me just tell you right now that this is an allegation. This video is full of conspiracy theories. Rumors, he said, she said. I'm not trying to get sued, okay?
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
I'd rather pay money to my future vacations and not to a lawyer. So I'm gonna need y'all to not get me sued the house, okay? These are all allegations, all for entertainment purposes, okay? No, but seriously, don't sue me. This video is about Estee Lauder and kind of the shenanigans that they are allegedly involved in these days with mistreating their workers. And we're gonna really get into it. You guys can probably research this yourself because the person alleging these massive claims have gone public. They're not really hiding behind anonymity. Is that a word? But they're not being anonymous with what's going on. They're fighting this publicly, which I find them to be really courageous because, as you guys know, Estee Lauder is a massive company. They own a lot of brands that you're already very familiar with, such as La Mer, that really overpriced skincare brand that the girls love. Clinique, Tom Ford, what else? Aveda, MAC Cosmetics. And I'm gonna have some receipts right here because you know when I do these types of videos, I gotta have the receipts right here so that I do not misspeak, okay?
You want me to bring the receipts? Do I need to bring the receipts, baby girl? Because I got receipts.
I'm gonna just read the post that got this cracking. It was sent to me in my DMs on twitter.com. As a reminder, y'all, if you ever have any tips or any stories that you would like me to cover on this channel, my DMs on Twitter and Instagram are generally open. So definitely slide in and let me know what the tea is. So someone directed me to this, okay? And I'm just gonna read what it says, okay? Just a heads up, after Dr. Jart / Estee Lauder forced us to sign up with a third-party payroll service called NextSource in March and told us we would not be able to work until we did so, last week they screwed our entire field team and scrapped us by terminating their contract with NextSource. I then heard from someone at Lauder that any brand under the Estee Lauder umbrella, with the exception of Lauder, Clinique, and Aveda, they're getting rid of all of you guys' field teams. And they're trying to get out of paying anyone severance. Now for those, For those that don't know, Dr. Jart is a popular Korean skincare brand. I had never heard of them until recently. And I'm looking at the website right now, and they say that they are the fusion of skincare, science, and art. Really cute packaging. It looks fantastic. It looks like something that I would definitely be interested in purchasing. But now I'm kind of second guessing. I mean, I guess it's not really Dr. Jart's fault, or is it? I'm not exactly sure, but we're gonna get into details. Let me read some more receipts because homegirl Traci Danielle is not playing around. I guess my first reaction after that is that's pretty screwed up. So what she's essentially alleging is that Estee Lauder did the okie doke where they do the whole third party hiring team. NextSource is a third party hiring organization where they hire employees for another company, and they basically manage those employees, or they pay those employees. And so what she is alleging happened is Estee Lauder didn't want to pay the girls their due coins with the severance package. So they've just had them sign up with this other organization in order to get out of that. And that is really scummy. That is super duper scummy.
That is a scam, a grift. It's stupid, it's idiotic, it's moronic, and it's un-American.
I'm gonna just let Traci Danielle speak for herself again and read off this other public post that she did. Estee Lauder pulled a heinous act on our entire Dr. Jart field team. They partnered with a third-party payroll service and told us we had to sign up with them and that we would not be able to continue until we did so. This was Estee Lauder's sneaky, underhanded way of getting rid of us without firing us themselves and not owing us severance pay. I have been with Dr. Jart for nearly 6 years, September of 2015. The region I manage averages $2 million per year. In 6 years, I have made Dr. Jart millions of dollars. I've been with the company longer than anyone. I have been instrumental in growing this company from next to nothing, and this is the dirt they pulled on me and our entire field team. And if you are a brand under the Estee Lauder umbrella, they're coming for your field team too. Absolutely disgusting. That is not a good look, y'all. It's really not a good look at all. So when I saw this, I was flabbergasted, because this is not okay. This is not okay to treat your employees like this, especially those that have served you well. And I'm just wondering what the real incentives for this are, because is Dr. Jart allegedly a failing company? I mean, I know Traci says that she's made this, her region, millions of dollars. But if Estee Lauder are trying to cut their losses, then I would have to assume that the incentive is to cut them because they're not really profitable for the Estee Lauder brand. Now, that's just me speculating, okay? Speculative theory crafting here, okay? So I wonder if that is their goal. That being said, that would not be the moral or ethical way to cut your losses. You can't just discard your employees like yesterday's garbage. It's not right. It's just not right. Now y'all know me. I like to mind my business. And when I'm not minding my business, I'm minding everybody else's business. So I decided to reach out to Traci. I figured she's super public about this. I wanted to express my sorrow for what she's currently going through, as well as kind of get some further details into what's going on, because you guys know there's always several sides to a story, and I just wanted to kind of get her insight before I really reported and reacted to this, massive story. And I do have permission to share her DMs. So I do have permission. This is an exclusive. Okay, y'all. This is an exclusive from Cho. I mean, give me my flowers. I'm getting exclusives now.
I hope you're going to give me my flowers today. I hope you're going to honor how much work I've put out there.
So I questioned her because I wanted to know the details of her employment status. And essentially she told me, let me just show you what she said. I don't want to put words in her mouth. Here's what she says. We get paid once a month. We get a 1099 for our taxes. And yes, we are extremely essential to their daily business. I'm a regional manager, senior training manager for the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. I have New York Metro, part of Connecticut, Philadelphia, Baltimore, DC. For a time I had Toronto, Florida, Atlanta, Charlotte. I was traveling an average of 2 weeks per month for about 4.5 years. I've been with the company longer than anyone. Now, Here's where it gets tricky, y'all, legally, because there is a difference between full-time status employee and contractors. There's a big difference. The legal battle that could potentially take place is going to be determining whether her role was a contractor or a full-time employee. Because there's a big difference in business and in law. When you think about a full-time employee, they are someone that is, like she said, essential to the daily operations of that business. And so you have to really determine, is your position essential to the business? Contractors, on the other hand, are people that, may or may not have long-term working relations with the business or the company. Essentially, they are not essential to the daily operations of a business. For example, let me give you a prime example. So a real life example that applies to me. For those that don't know, I manage restaurants for a living. That is my job. That's my full-time job. That's how I make my coin. Okay. An example of a full-time employee at one of my restaurants is a server. They're full-time. I need servers every day to run the business. They are essential to the daily operations of the restaurant. Now, a contractor might be a plumber that comes and fixes a pipe that has broken in our bathroom for our guests. That would be a contractor that I've hired for a one-off deal. He might be there for a couple weeks fixing the issues, but then I don't need him as a full-time basis. She's alleging that they have been paying her as a 1099 employee. She also said that she's consulting with attorneys right now. Here's another statement that she sent me. I have been consulting with a labor attorney and I'm reporting them to the New York State Department of Labor. This can get really messy, y'all. This can get really messy.
I don't think you put everything out there. You said everything. I would be careful what you saying that.
And I just want to know, what do you guys think about what's going on? Because that's outrageous. I don't know if you guys heard another recent lawsuit that happened. These people were trying to sue Kim Kardashian because of some labor dispute that was going on. However, the gag is that Kim said, well, these are not my employees. They were hired through a third-party employer. And so it just seems like these third-party employers, this is a loophole. This feels like a loophole where these large corporations and businesses can just hire a third-party company to hire essentially their employees, but then they don't take any of the risk of having an employee. They don't have to pay them severance pay when they're eventually fired, or they don't have to pay them unemployment. They don't have to pay them, it's like having the benefits of having a full-time employee without any of the risk of having a full-time employee. And so that's where I'm left off. I'm kind of thinking, what else is going to happen? I feel really bad for Traci Danielle. It seems like she's put in a lot of hard work for Dr. Jart and Estee Lauder, and it doesn't feel good to know that hard work is not being appreciated. But I really want to end this video by just encouraging you all to know what your rights are, know what contracts you're signing, know what the difference is between contractors and full-time employees. These things are so important. And whenever you see stories in the news, educate yourself and think, well, am I being paid $10.99? What is the T? Because you don't want to ever get yourself in a situation where you can be taken advantage of. I'm not excusing Estee Lauder for this alleged unethical behavior, but you have to live life with good, solid boundaries to circumvent the fact that people are going to do bad things in the world. I mean, we live in a society, in a world where there are bad people. People will take advantage. People will steal, cheat, lie. That's just a fact of life, and it's never not going to be that way. So you might as well prepare yourself for that to happen. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? I don't know. But that's it for today. I expect this to be an ongoing case. So definitely check back with the channel, because I'll probably do a part 2. There's a lot of stuff that Traci said to me that I didn't even include in this video. And, you know, depending on how this ends up, I may follow up and do another video. But we'll see.